Okay, welcome to IBM IELTS Academy. My name is Mohammad Reza Huzubakhsh, and then I'm going to be your examiner today. So nice to see you. What's your name?
Reza Amini.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
May I see your ID, please?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
There you are.
Thank you very much. Perfect. Thank you. Mr. Amini, where are you from?
I'm from Iran, and my hometown is Isfahan, and I also live in Isfahan.
Very good. Do you work or study?
I'm a student in the senior high school, and I majored in mathematics, and I really love it.
Very good. Do you like talking with people?
Well, if I want to be honest, I really hate that. Because people are just talking about same old stuff always, and there's no point in talking to people, nothing exciting about that. And also, if you really want to progress in your work and in your purpose, if you want to reach to your purpose, you need to talk to like experts and give informations from that. I mean, get informations, and yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
How do you like spending time with your friends?
Well, usually when I'm with my friends, we're just going out, messing around without any destination. But I really love playing board games with them. It's enjoyable.
Okay. Would you like to study alone or with friends?
Well, it depends. If it's something serious, I really love to spend time, study alone, and because you can concentrate better and focus on what you want to learn. But if that's something really serious, I would love to spend time with my friends and talk, study with them, because you also can have fun and this stuff.
Good. And do you remember the time when you had to cooperate with others?
Yes, I think it was about 1 year ago that I had a project with my friend for school about better ways to study. And it took 2 months. But after that, the result was all right. The school really loved it. And from that time, since that point, I understood that I'm not really good in working with others.
Very good. Thank you. The first part has been finished and ended already, and then the second part is the cue card.
All right.
So you will be given 1 minute, okay, and then to read these questions, and then after that, for your ease here, I'm going to give it to you. These are the questions,
Can I have
and
something
then
to
yes,
write notes?
you can have this paper also to record your notes and then to write them down. 1 minute, and then after that, like for a couple of minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, you have time to explain yourself. Okay, perfect. Part 2. talk about a time when you organized a happy event successfully. Please tell me what the event was, how you prepared for it, who helped you to organize it.
Well, it was the previous summer that we had a family reunion, and my family actually and I held that reunion. And our whole family from everywhere in the country, they came in our village to be in the reunion, and I was just responsible for a little part of that reunion. I was just responsible for, I just had to organize for some people to come there and talk to my family, some famous people, like celebrities and like this. And I also hate being a burden and being responsible for something difficult, but my parents really did well on that. From 2 months before the reunion, they started to prepare a place in our village, and yeah, that's it.
Okay. Thank you. Now we're going to go to the third part, which is discussion. How can parents help their children get organized?
Well, first of all, children need to be under the control of their parents for the 10 first years, but after that they need to have a little freedom, but also under the control of their parents to make schedules for themselves and start thinking about their purpose, start thinking about what they're going to achieve in their life and what is their purpose.
On what occasion do people need to organize?
Well, I believe that in every single day of your life, you need to be well organized, and because time is gold, as we always heard that, and being organized for everything makes you spend less time on your chores and daily stuff, daily activities, and concentrate on your goal and your aim, your future life, let's say. Not the future life, future job.
Very good. Does everything need to be well prepared?
Well, yes, as I said, every single stuff in your life needs to be prepared, just to spend less time on that and concentrate. And also being prepared for the stuff like this, for the chores, makes you have more time on your goal, what you really want to achieve in your life. Yeah.
Do people need help from others to organize things?
Yes, of course they need that. I wanted to make a schedule for my studying in school, and I need to get some information from experts. Like, I talked to our consultants in the school to understand the way of making a schedule for this. And people need to get help from other people, of course.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. And quite good
Normal.
and normal, and of course it was almost adequate answers to the questions. Okay, I have to also appreciate, thank you very much for attending and participating in our exam. And you can, of course, by practicing more, you can have a very good future indeed. There are some points, just coding these points and giving you this remarks just because I want you to progress.
Yeah, thanks.
So positive points are good fluency, and then nice collocations, words, and then prepositions were precise. Very rare grammatical mistakes, which is very good.
I appreciate it.
Fluent, as I said, accuracy is good, grammar is okay. But one thing that you have to point and you have to note, of course, is that the main problem is that the words are being lost when you talk. Means that you mix them in a very, of course, the quick phase when you talk. It is good, of course. It shows your command over this language, that you're able to speak fast and very quickly. But then in such exams, you need to make sure that your addressee and your listener will understand what you're talking about. Sometimes talking very fast, and then the words are being kind of lost, and then the the separation needed for the understanding of your words should be admired and respected. So this is one very important point. However, I love the way that you pronounce the words. It was quite natural, really good. Some parts like bring a burden, so we don't have to bear the burden or to tolerate, yes, to shoulder the burden. Also, these are...
I actually said being a burden.
Being a burden? So that's all, as well as I said. Okay.
Yeah.
Little parts, no, it's better to say small parts. Means not the big role, but this one. Little parts is not being usable here.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Please. So about Reza Amini, I think he did quite well. His accent was perfect, very close to a native speaker, so he was kind of native-like person. And I think it was the effect of watching too much movies, and then he was into movies and maybe playing video games, which is, I think, one of the good suggestions for those people who want to learn English. And then they want to follow exactly the accent and intonations and pronunciations of the native speakers. So watching movies is quite good advice for them to follow, and then by following this instruction, they will be able to, of course, have a very nice one in learning language. If you noticed, he was able to use his minimum and very limited set of vocabularies that he had, but in a very good way, and then he had enough self-confidence over that, and then he could use them in a very good way, a very professional way. So much that one could not understand that he has got very limited set of vocabularies. So this is something that you need to learn from this applicant, that how, even if you have insufficient, let's say, set of vocabularies, and then in terms of words, maybe you're not a professional, but then you know how to use that very limited bunch of words. But one problem that he has got is that he was not able to speak in a very crystal clear way. So, as I said, identification, and then bringing separation among words to speak clearly, so that it would be understandable for your addressees and listeners. This is one of the crucial elements that every applicant should observe. So he did lack a little bit this component element, and that's why I have given him like 6 in band score. However, if he could speak clearly, and then he could observe this also routine and rule, so he could even increase his band score to 6.5 as well. But generally, it was okay, and using collocations and expressions like time is gold or family reunion, these are something that I did really like about his speaking.